It needs to sound that graceful and easy. Okay? And then you did the other one, the other grace note perfectly. It's 2 even eighth notes. But let's talk about these triplets. You actually started rushing on the triplets. You overcompensated for them, okay? So it's 1, da 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 da, dee da da dee da da dee da da da. You went, ba da 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 da. All right? That might be more exciting, but it doesn't end up working out with the piano player. So start from the beginning here on your own and just play, and I'll stop you. And sorry, the piano, don't obsess over it. As long as the notes are coming out, you're at a good volume. Okay, so let's start right on the bar with the triplets. You're still on the front end of the beat. You're pushing just a little bit. So when you're playing these quarter notes leading up into the triplets, you should have the triplets on your head. So you should have that's how you do this. Is you have to be thinking before you get there. Otherwise, it's always going to be a guessing game. Try it right on that bar again. Da 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 da. Ready, go. Very good. Much better. So the other trick to this is not only to be thinking triplets before you get there, but you have to know what you're aiming for. And in this case, it's the next downbeat. So I call them road markers when I'm teaching my college students. If you know where those road markers are, where your goals are, it's almost impossible to play out of time. Because even if you do have a little hitch, you know that this is where it has to end up being. And you're aiming for that. That's your goal. Okay, so try that here. 1, 2, 3, 1. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Let's do that one more time with a massive crescendo. 1, ready, go. 2, 3. So much better. Time-wise, it's better. Musically, it's better. Whenever you have a line that goes up and down like this in music with a lot of fast notes, make your dynamics follow the contour of that melodic line. So in this case, even at pianissimo, you can make a small swell. It gives the listener this extra feeling of excitement as they're listening to it. Look, you're doing a lot of things well. You have a good sound. You played really sharp at the beginning of the allegretto. Your pitch was really high. But when you got to the trio, it locked right back in again, and then you didn't have any more problems. So I don't know if it was nerves or what, but the pitch fixed itself. Your articulations are good. I really enjoyed them. So just focus on that time, those little small details. I don't know how long you spent with this. If you're like everybody else, you're going to tell me a week.
Exactly a week.
Yeah, see, there you go. The more time you spend with this, the more you can dig into the details, okay? You've learned the notes. That's phase 1. Phase 2 is dynamics and tempo and being expressive. Do you know how to interpret this on your own? Do you know what to look for?
A little bit, not too much.
What would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah.
I would just look for all the accents and the dynamics.
Okay, good. That's phase 2. Phase 3 is up to you. This is where the responsibility of being a soloist falls on you. You have to do the stuff in between the dynamics. You know, these dynamics, Mozart probably didn't write these. Mr. Waxman wrote these. He was a very prolific editor. Thousands of pieces he edited for saxophone, clarinet, bassoon. Mozart assumed that whoever was playing this as a soloist would know what to do with dynamics and phrasing and everything else. Here's 2 quick rules to get you started. Follow the contour of the line. If it goes up, crescendo. If it goes down, decrescendo. The second one is look for the notes that don't belong in the key. So in this piece, we're in the key of what?
E5, concert.
Concert. Yeah. Not for you, tenor saxophone. So let's just say C, since that's what we're in. Any note that does not belong in the key of C major, so if it's anything other than C, D, E, F, G, A, or B, that's probably an important note. That's why it's in there. So that means you give it a little extra attention. You play it louder, you lean on it a little bit, you emphasize that note in some way. And the third rule is if a pattern repeats, and I don't mean repeat lines, but if, let's say you have, okay, here, Anytime a pattern repeats, don't play it the same way twice dynamically. One should be loud, one should be soft, or vice versa. Those are 3 basic rules for learning how to interpret on your own. If you do that, even if you mess it up, at least you're making an effort at it, right? And this is how you learn to do it. The more you do it, the better you get at it. The more you play and the more you listen, the better you get at it. Music takes patience, and unfortunately, all of us are impatient. We want it right now, but it just takes time. I didn't learn this overnight either. I've been doing this for a while. Great job, Jonathan. I appreciate it. Thank you.